Nothing pisses off prescriptivists more than what we're about to talk about today. And I think that's really saying something, since almost anything will piss off a prescriptivist. Today we're talking about one of English's most hated words, the word ain't. The word ain't has a bad rep in the English language. In fact, there's a whole phrase dedicated to it. Ain't a word, and it ain't in the dictionary. Au contraire. You can actually find ain't in Webster's dictionary, dictionary.com, and the granddaddy of all dictionaries of the English language, the Oxford English Dictionary. But where did this word come from, and how long has it been around? You'll be surprised to know that ain't has been around a very long time. Longer than the people who complain about its usage. In the 1600s, various contractions started to pop up in the English language. Some we still have today, and others not so much. Ain't came from a few different sources, which explains its versatility in modern day usage. It came from various contractions of be not and are not. When am not was being contracted, it became amped. However, the M and N being next to each other was really kind of awkward to pronounce. And so the M was dropped, leaving us with ant. A similar thing happened with are not, but since British English tends to get rid of syllable final R's, aren't became aunt. As aunt started being used more and more for the first and second person, it started drifting from its original meaning and taking up usage where other words would have done before. This is why you say, he ain't from here, even though uncontracted, you would say, he is not from here. Ain't, meaning have not, as in he ain't got, went along a similar route. Has not and have not became hasn't and haven't, lost the S and V sound, leading to the word haunt. As we saw in the movie My Fair Lady, H's are a notoriously vanishing sound in some varieties of the English language.
In Hartford, Hereford, Hampshire, Hurricane, Ardley, Heather, Aston.
Oh, no.
And thus, we're left again with aunt. But aunt and ain't aren't the same. So how do we get from aunt to ain't? The great vowel shift! During this time period, English vowels were changing drastically. I'll go into detail in another video, which I'll later link below, but in the meantime, if you look at how we pronounce the first letter of our alphabet, A, and compare it to how you may say it in, say, Spanish, or German, or Swedish, you'll notice it's completely different. This difference is a direct result of the great vowel shift. Originally, English pronounced its first letter as but after the shift, it became A. Now, ain't started becoming more used in northern England and not so much in the south. As the South started becoming the center of power, so did their language, and ain't started to become looked down upon. When English was brought to what would become the United States, people from the south of England settled in the north, and the people from northern England started settling in the south. The ain't variety of English traveled southwards. Coincidentally, the prestige variety of English became the northern version, and the southern version became looked down upon. Thus, any features that were used exclusively in the South would become looked down upon, marginalized, and seen as wrong. Ain't started its life as a normal contraction, which became very versatile. The great vowel shift obscured its origins, making ain't impossible to split apart. Over time, its uses started to become more and more looked down upon by society. Not because of anything inherent in the word itself, but because of views society had upon the speakers of the ain't varieties of English. This leads us to today, where poor little ain't is seen as a marker of being uneducated, but its siblings can't and won't are used by even the most esteemed speakers of the English language. If you like this video or have linguistics questions, like or leave a comment below. I'll be releasing linguistic related videos weekly. I'm Borja, and that is How You Linguistics.